So Jarrod, let's get into the nitty gritty, and what I wanted to do is just ask you a couple of questions about different segments of the property market in Melbourne in terms of price points. And get your views on those different price points. So let's start with 1.25 million to 5 million, which I know you typically wouldn't recommend a client invest much more than 1.5 million in one particular asset. You start to spread it across a couple of different assets. So if you're going for that top end asset, what are we buying?
So if we're looking between sort of 1.2 or 1.5 million dollars, we're focusing on a single fronted cottage or terrace house, and we're looking in some of Melbourne's most blue chip type locations. So it's we talk typically about buying within a sort of 2 to 10 kilometre radius. Well, in that instance, you're probably more in that 2 to 3 or 4 kilometre radius. So it's suburbs like North Carlton and North Fitzroy, where you can get some really good quality terrace houses, and they are typically terrace. And they're sitting at the moment anywhere between sort of, depending on the condition of the house and then obviously what street and size of land it's sitting on, anywhere between sort of 1.25 and 1.5 million dollars for a good 2-bedroom type terrace there. And the other options are probably around in the eastern suburbs, and you can look at areas like Paran is a really good spot for that sort of an area. Hawthorn in parts, Armidale in parts, and if you're fortunate to get the right property in a middle park, Albert Park, you may come across something down there, but it's very much entry level down that way to get something in that sort of asset space. So they're typically the better ones in that sort of range at the moment.
Yeah, sure, cool.